Hey guys, we're back to another video. Today we're talking about severe weather potential outbreak. There's a lot of areas on this thumbnail because this is the main area we're watching, but we're watching up in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio for severe weather risks. But the biggest risk will be in the central U.S. where we have enhanced risk now and possibly even a moderate risk, possibly by tomorrow or the day one outlook. So, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think there will be a moderate risk? Let me know in the comments below. So, let's get into today's video here. So, let's check out today. We have uh, three marginal risk areas. We have the big one here in the U.S. Here we have one little small one in New York and Pennsylvania, and then another small one in Oregon, near Oregon and Washington and Idaho. Um, and then we see this big one. And then we see this slight risk here for Texas and Oklahoma, and then a second one for Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. We see a slight risk for. Let's check out the tornado risk for today. Today, there's not a big tornado risk, but there's a tornado risk of 2%, going from Minnesota and Wisconsin all the way down to Texas, and even a second area of 2% chance. That was just adding the latest update. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. Here, the hail risk for today is a 5% chance for this region here, and then a little 5% chance over here, and a 15% chance in this area, and up here. And then we see SIG, that means significant hail of 2 inches or more in that region there in Texas, possible. Let's look at the wind outlook here. As you see, a 5% chance over here, 5% chance up here, and we see a 5% chance up in this region. And we see a 15% chance up here in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and in Iowa, and then another 15% chance here into the central U.S. And we see even zig, significant wind, possibly. So yeah, so we'll have to watch that to see. Maybe there could be enhanced. I don't think there will be, but there's a possibility. Um, we'll watch that. But let's look at day two categorical outlook. This is worse than today, and today looks like a pretty active day. But as you see, there's two big marginal risk areas. One up in central U.S. that we're watching very, very closely, and then we're watching this one up in northeastern U.S. of severe weather possible. So we see marginal risks, two marginal risks, both of them are big, and then two slight risks that are both of them are pretty big too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we could get an enhanced risk upgrade somewhere in here. How big this slight risk is, and slight risk for this region, a very big slight risk. I wouldn't be surprised in their next update today they put extend that enhanced risk a little more over here maybe, possibly. So how big this slight risk is, and then we see even an enhanced risk here for Nebraska and Kansas for tomorrow, mainly for the damaging wind threat because the storms are going to develop right in here, and they're going to move into that enhanced risk region. So that's the reason why they have that enhanced risk there. Let's look at the tornado threat for tomorrow. We have 2% areas, the middle of the United States, and then another 2% chance area over here. And we see a 5% chance for the central U.S. going from Nebraska and Colorado all the way down to Texas, and then another 5% chance over here in New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, not Rhode Island, trying to remember my states, Connecticut, that's what it is. So yeah, we see 5% chance, so we could have some tornadoes possible tomorrow. Then the hail outlook here, you have 5% chance area, this area, and over here, 5% chance of tornadoes, and then we see a 30%, no, not 30, 15% chance of hail tomorrow with zig, significant hail of 2 inches or in diameter right in this area here. So we'll have to watch that area for some big hail, 2-inch hail or more. And then our wind threat for tomorrow, we see two areas of 2%. I'm not going to limit. 15% chance here in these two areas, and then we see a 30% chance right up in this area with significant, or zig, of wind, because it's looking like it's going to be a wind maker once it gets around this area and continue to move off into Thursday's severe weather risks. Speaking of Thursday, let's look at the categorical outlook for Thursday. There's a 5% chance of, or not 5, marginal risk of severe weather today. Not today, Thursday. Sorry, I'm messing up a lot today. And then a slight risk here, and then we see a enhanced risk of severe weather again on day 3. The question is there going to be a moderate risk in here? Because we still have a few more days until day 3, and there's a big enough area for a moderate risk to go in for day 3 in their next outlook. That's later tonight. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had a moderate risk maybe somewhere in around this area, probably be the biggest area for a moderate risk, so we're going to watch that area. Here's the probabilistic outlook here. We have a 5% chance here of severe weather, 15% chance here for any sort of severe weather, and a 30% chance of any sort of severe weather, and then we have even zig. Some of it's in the 30%, some of it's in the 15% chance of significant severe weather, and then we see another area of significant severe weather, just a little area in Texas, so we're going to have to watch that area. So let's look at the models now, see what they're saying here. So we see today's marginal risk. We see some thunderstorms trying to develop today. We're going to have to watch those very closely. We're going to have some of that cape here, or instability, whatever you want to call it. We're going to have that here for these storms today. We're going to have to watch those. We're going to mainly focus on the central U.S. in this video, so we're not going to be talking about northeastern or northern U.S. So, just letting you guys know, we're going to switch to the north now to look at the next day's severe weather threat. On Wednesday, we see the storms start to develop here in this area. Let's look at the convective available potential energy. And we're going to see quite a bit of convective available potential energy, especially in that enhanced risk region before whenever it develops. There will be some cape, but it looks like there will be more cape whenever it moves into the enhanced risk region. Let's look at these dew points here, and we're going to have 60, some of those 60 dew points. This is moisture you need for severe weather, and there's definitely enough moisture here, as you can see. So yeah, we're going to have to watch these storms. And then it's going to continue moving to Missouri, and then they'll move out, and then more thunderstorms will develop. So you'll see this line come through in the morning near Kansas City, 12 o'clock. Then you'll possibly get a little break, but then more thunderstorms by 3 to 4 o'clock with strong to severe thunderstorms. Let's look at that cape here, convective available potential energy. As you see, Kansas City actually doesn't have any convective available potential energy, just because they just got hit by one thunderstorm this morning. So in that morning, so we might not see as big a threat for Kansas City if we see that happen, but we will have to watch this area down here for strong thunderstorms here for Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas, because most of this area will not see thunderstorms in the morning, and that's where we're going to see the thunderstorms form here, and we could have damaging winds, hail, and maybe even a few tornadoes here. So we'll see if we have a moderate risk being put out for tomorrow. We'll see later tonight or the next day. Okay. Let's look at the model NAM3K on pivotal weather. We're looking at, this is significant tornado parameter, and we're seeing quite a bit of significant tornado parameter. This is when the storms will develop. So let's look at reflectivity real quick to see if these storms are developing quite yet. This is about the morning time. This is where we'll have a line of damaging winds heading toward Kansas City. This is probably about, probably about 11 a.m. in the morning. You'll see those thunderstorms come into Kansas City. Um, let's look at the surface-based cape here. We're gonna definitely have enough, about 1,000 here, where those storms are. So we're going to watch that. Let's look at that moisture here, the dew points here. We're going to have about 70s near the temperatures, about 72. So yeah, let's look at that lift here for severe weather. We're going to have definitely some lift. Definitely going to see a lot of lift down here. We're going to have to watch that area. And then let's look at that bulk shear here. We're gonna see some bulk shear around this area, so we could see a severe or a tornado threat with that storm in the morning. Because we're seeing 40 knots or more is favorable for some tornadoes, and near Kansas City we're seeing about 40 knots, maybe a little more than 40 knots near Topeka. So yeah, here's our significant tornado parameter. This means significant tornadoes. This doesn't just mean tornadoes. This means significant, and we see a 1.1 on the significant tornado parameter near Kansas City. We see a lot higher here in central Kansas. But we see a 1 on the significant tornado parameter. And if we go a little south of Kansas City, we see a little bit of 3.6 here of significant tornado parameter. So that means like add probably 3 more, and that'd be your tornado chance. Like not significant tornado, just a tornado chance. That'd be a 6 out of probably 10 of about 6 out of probably 14, probably I'd say 6 out of 14 of seeing a weak tornado maybe. So this just means significant tornado parameter. So when we see it this high, that means we have definitely a tornado threat, and yeah, we're gonna have to watch that very closely. So let's continue on through the day. We're going to see those strong damaging winds and maybe a tornado or two near Kansas City in the morning around 11 to 12 o'clock. Then we're going to see rain and trying to clear out before the next round of thunderstorms, but then we're going to see some thunderstorms here try to develop after that. But the thing is, if we don't see a break anytime in this area, we're not going to have much cape, meaning that we're not going to have much of a severe weather threat. So it all depends on the morning storms here in Kansas City, because we're all the lift and everything. We're not going to see much of that happening here. All of it will be in the south near Oklahoma City, and that's what's looking very concerning. Let's look at the significant tornado parameter here, and we see some very high significant tornado parameters here. This is what I'm worried about. Some significant tornado parameters in Kansas, about 6.0 here in Kansas, and then some 3.5s here in Missouri, and some higher ones here. So, but this is what I'm worried about right there, because we're going to see storms around that area in that significant tornado parameter area. And don't forget, it's right here. Let me mark it. It's about right there. So, and if we see storms in that area, we could see a few tornadoes here, and we'll have to watch that very closely. This will be the area we'll have to watch. Let's look at the significant tornado parameter again. And we still see some very high significant tornado parameters, and we see some more in Missouri too, some significant tornado parameters. So, we're definitely going to see some sort of tornado threat possible on Thursday. So the thing is, we don't see much storms in that area, at least right now it's showing. So that would be some good news for those areas. But we're going to have to watch this very, very closely, because there could be supercells with maybe some tornadoes this day. So we're going to have to watch this very, very closely. Look at this, supercells. Let's look at some of the soundings, see what they say. Marginal tornado here on this area. Look a little more down toward this region where you don't have as big a risk, but still marginal tornado here. And then let's look a little bit near Topeka, see what this says. Marginal severe here. Let's look about Kansas City, just south of Kansas City. Marginal severe about over here in central Missouri. Severe about Springfield. We see tornado hazard. A little more into Oklahoma. We see a marginal tornado. So yeah, we're gonna see a tornado risk possible with these storms. We're gonna continue to watch it. Let's go to the rest of the model run. And it goes all the way out to here where we have a line of thunderstorms. And I think this is when we'll see our biggest damaging wind threat happen around this time. But we do have to watch south of the line though, because we could still see supercells with maybe a few tornadoes still possible with them. We'll have to watch that. Let's look at the significant tornado parameter. We do see a little bit, and we do see quite a bit in this area too, so we're going to have to really watch that. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. And I probably won't have a video out tomorrow because I'm going to be busy the rest of this week. I wanted to post this video to let you guys know about the severe weather threat. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.